spoiled it. I am Leon.
Dude.
Marty. New Pixar movie. Not an Easter movie. Not about the Easter bunny. Even though it's called Hoppers.
Yeah.
It's actually more of a kind of like Avatar, not The Last Airbender, but Blue People Avatar. Kind of more like that, but with animals essentially, where it's kind of about what if this young girl discovered that, like, well, she's not young, she's not like a kid, she's like 19, but she goes to college, and basically what if she discovered that one of her professors was like basically making avatar technology and like could put you into like an animal, and then basically you would be able to blend in with all the other animals and they don't think you're a human, like they just think you're one of them. So yeah, that was kind of the premise for
Which, I
this
mean,
film.
who hasn't wanted to like talk to animals
Yeah.
and like
It's definitely a very interesting premise.
yeah.
Like, you figure something like this almost would have been tackled first before something like Avatar, but
Yeah.
instead it's actually kind of the opposite. But yeah, so Pixar's newest film, they've kind of, I don't know, you'd probably agree with this, they're kind of on a more of a rocky road recently.
Yeah.
Where, like, I feel like Pixar used to kind of be like, you know,
Not it's hit or miss usually. A
Yeah.
lot of times.
but like Pixar used to expect like that's gonna probably be like close to a 10 out of 10 or like perfect.
Right.
And now I think in recent years, you know, still solid. They still release good stuff,
Yeah.
but like, I don't know. They just don't seem to hit the same as much anymore.
Yeah.
And maybe part of that problem is also that like they said they were gonna try to do more originals, and then I think when they started doing that years ago, they kind of failed at the box office. So I know they've also just gone into full blown like, let's just do sequels again territory as well. Like, and still some originals.
Right.
But like, to me, I think the magic is kind of gone when you're getting like Toy Story 5 or something like that. Like, we're also about to get this year, and you're just like, I didn't even really want 4. Like,
Yeah.
like, why are we still pushing this? Like, you know, there's going to be like a Toy Story 8 when we're like 50. So it's just like,
Calling it way ahead of
yeah,
time.
I'm calling it right now. That's going to be the last one, maybe, but like, it's going to be when we're like have grandkids. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, so excited that we actually got an original Pixar film, and then not only that, but
Oh yeah.
I thought it was good.
Yeah. No, I actually really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think it had like some very fundamental things that Pixar movies need in them.
Yeah.
Like, I think we talked about that after we got out, where I was like, obviously there's things you expect, like humor and like the animation to be good and stuff. And
Right.
I think they've always kind of had that. Like, they haven't really lost that. At least,
No,
like, especially
no, they
the
haven't lost
animation has
that,
always
for
gotten
sure.
better. But like, here they had like a lot of heart, I think, to this story too.
Yeah. There was definitely a lot of heart. I got teary eyed a few times.
Definitely.
Like, there was a lot of good emotion there, and like the messages that they were, putting out. I feel like they conveyed pretty well.
Maybe it's just those relatable characters or something too.
Yeah.
Like, maybe that's just been what's
The
missing.
voice
in some
acting
of them.
was really good too.
Yeah.
That's another thing that always stands out to me. I feel like you got to sell these characters.
Oh yeah.
You know.
Or if you're seeing an actor do voice work that
Mhm.
like with John Hamm being in this movie
Right.
as like, I don't know. I want to say something, but and I guess it would kind of be a spoiler, but I'll just say John Hamm plays the mayor in this movie, and at first his name's Mayor Jerry.
Yeah.
And like, it's funny that we both had the same thought where we're like, is that like Chris Parnell, like the guy that plays Jerry in Rick and Morty,
Right.
and stuff like that? Because to me, he sounded like he was
Every
like,
time I saw him on screen, I just was getting like Jerry vibes.
but he sounded like him too.
Yeah.
But to me, like, and then I guess I just realized after a bit, I'm like, oh, I am hearing John Hamm in there too. But like, clearly it shows that he can do voice work too.
Yeah.
Because
totally.
it's like, you were a little bit of like, I almost thought you were this other actor even. So yeah, he's really good in this. He plays like basically one of the main characters because he's the mayor of this story, but him and Mabel, right?
Yep.
The main character who goes into this machine, as you see in the trailer right now,
Hops into a robotic beaver body.
Yep. she and him kind of have like beef, and like have had like many encounters.
Which I loved that. I thought that was
funny.
Hilarious.
That like provided a lot of like comedy.
Yeah.
And like
heart.
Yeah, exactly. I know, like I didn't expect it to go in that direction either, but like that's where like it just had me sold at the end. Like this was a good Pixar movie because like it had multiple messages that were all really good. You like the characters. They don't go into like any weird territory like some of these movies have. Not even Disney Pixar, but like mainly just Disney with like Star Wars with like having like Rey and Kylo kiss and shit like that. And they're like
that shit never made any sense.
Yeah, and it's like, aren't they like related? What? Like so, you know, they don't do anything weird like that in here either. Which I bring up for a specific reason that I'll address later. But yeah, there was kind of a couple things with this that I was slightly worried about. Only very so slightly. And then by the end, I was like, no, really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Even maybe this thing that I thought I wasn't going to like or was going to like ruin the movie or something ended up kind of coming around and maybe not being perfect, but like still making me like the movie or kind of like what they ended up doing eventually with it.
There wasn't any real moments that made me like cringe.
No.
Like I wasn't.
Yeah.
I was invested most of the time.
And this is a PG, you know, kids Pixar Disney movie. So like, I think parents probably wonder, or adults wonder a lot of the time, like, am I going to go into this and it's going to be like just all kiddie jokes,
right?
And, like fart jokes and
or,
like just,
you know, like
stupid
like
humor.
the SpongeBob movie we saw recently, which never got released.
I know, because like the gods
we'll let that
were
lost
just...
episode exist in the realms of
the
lost
gods
episodes.
were just like, you filmed it, but you know what? We're gonna mess with your audio this day.
Yeah.
And then we even tried to fix it, and then they just were still like, I don't know, it popped up with something like video and audio do not like match or whatever. I'm like, what do you mean? I'm literally looking at it on Premiere and like. It's fine. Like I've never had
lost episode of Two Pogues in a Pod.
So yeah, there's a lost episode out there, guys. SpongeBob, another SpongeBob 4, Search for SquarePants that we reviewed, but it never got out there.
You should watch that episode because we had some things to say.
Yeah. I guess very quickly, since we brought it up, we did not like it, which I'm sure you could assume.
What? Why would you say that? I totally loved it.
You loved it?
We had a beef that episode. We were.
Oh yeah, no, that's right. We were beefing.
Just kidding. No,
you absolutely loved it. You're like, this is
terrible.
The best SpongeBob media ever released.
No.
But this was definitely a good step. Probably the best kids movie I've seen.
Oh yes.
In like months.
Yeah.
Because I saw Goat. I saw SpongeBob.
Yep.
And I liked Goat, even though we didn't like SpongeBob.
I didn't see Goat, but I feel like I would have liked Goat.
I think you would too, but I think this was even better than Goat, I think. Because, like, the thing with this, I think it's with the concept and the story and the characters and stuff, too. One, you feel like there's parts of this that you didn't see in the trailer. I think they marketed it very well. In Hoppers.
In Hoppers, okay.
Because like I think I
don't
know why
the trailer.
Black. Yeah.
I just looked.
I love how it's been playing all day, but like just now it's deciding. Yeah. But yeah. So I think this did a better job of kind of not showing you all the stuff that you're gonna get in the movie in the trailers, and not only that, but I think it's been marketed pretty well for months now, actually, like with actually having trailers that people have seen and stuff.
Yeah.
So
I'd agree with that too, because from everything I've seen, I couldn't.
Right.
I think I went into this. I think we were saying actually to each other that, like, I have no idea how this movie's gonna go.
No, exactly, because they do a good job.
I can't guess the plot.
What a movie should do. They let you know what the concept is gonna be in the trailer, but they don't tell you what the plot is at all. I think for this in the trailer. And there was like, I think especially like I'm just gonna mention it was two characters. She has a grandmother. She's not shown in the trailer.
She's not shown in the trailer at all. From what I remember.
And then the mayor, I think, was shown in like one part in the trailer, but like he's not, like, you don't ever get the impression, or you don't ever.
It was mostly the science lab that shown. Like
the two professors and scientists or whatever. So. Yeah, you mainly get stuff where you see them in the trailers and kind of just more of what the concept is, which I think was kind of good and bad because, like, I think maybe you felt this way too, where you're like, I don't know how this is going to be. Like, I just don't know what I'm getting, really.
Right.
But then at the same time, after having seen it, I'm like, thank God they did it that way.
Right.
So I think that's going to be maybe where they'll run into some problems with this, but probably not, because I feel like animated.
Do we know how it did?
Box office wise?
Box office wise?
I did look up earlier. It had I guess the budget hasn't been revealed yet, but they're thinking it's somewhere around like 40 million or something.
Okay.
And I think Scream. Oh no, that's right. We saw an early access for this, so it's not even out yet.
Yes.
Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah. So
shit.
There's not even
an early box office.
Yeah, no box office.
Wow,
yet.
I forgot we watched this early.
I know, right? Yeah, we saw it on. We saw an early access screening on March 1st.
Just because we had just seen Good Luck, Have Fun, Don't Die, which was like literally just leaving the box office.
Yeah, we saw one that was just leaving.
Yeah,
and then one that was like
just
about to come out in like a couple days now.
Hasn't entered the box office yet. That's kind of crazy. Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know how it'll do. I'm assuming though that like it'll do well because like I don't know. I just feel like kids stuff, like kids animation stuff, especially Pixar.
Sure.
With the exception of like Elio, that last one that came out, but like always usually does really well. Especially when there's nothing else in the theater. It's just like, well, what am I going to do? Okay, I'll take my kid to see this. There's nothing really else out.
How long do you think it's going to be in theaters for? Take a.
I think that's also the thing. Like, even if they don't do amazing, like, or like make as much money, I think like horror movies and animated ones, kind of like Pixar or DreamWorks or whatever, they stick around in the box office for a while. So even if they're like, get to a point where they're like, number 4, number 5, number 6. Like
surprisingly, I saw an Iron Lung showing like last week or something like that.
Oh, really?
And I was like, what?
Like it was still in theaters somehow?
I was like, at Regal.
Wow.
I know, right? I was like, what?
But it's not even in the top 10, right?
No, definitely not.
So it must just be that it's doing well at that theater or something.
I don't know if anybody actually went, but I'm surprised that like it was.
Yeah.
Like, again, those. I'm seeing more movies last longer in the theaters lately, where versus before I was seeing movies kind of go right into the theater and then out of the
VOD
theater.
after like 2 weeks or something.
After like 2 weeks or something.
Seems like they're doing a little bit better with that now.
That's not enough time for people to like catch wind and go.
If it's something that does like really bad, like it got like Cold Storage, like how I told you that got like 14th place in its first week or whatever, that'll probably be on VOD in like 2 weeks. But if it's like something that's actually doing pretty well, I feel like they've been doing better about like not releasing it instantly now, because they should. I mean, it's just going to be shooting themselves in the foot. So, but yeah, I think this will do well. I think it's got things parents will like, things adults will like, things kids will like. It's got a lot of heart. It's got a good message that I think, you know, more movies should have nowadays. And so did that movie Goat, but like I think this had multiple really good messages.
Yeah, it's definitely PETA approved.
Yeah, oh for sure. Yeah, no animals were harmed in the making of this film.
Yeah.
But even though it's all about animals and like there's literally like a fire at one point and like a tsunami and shit, kind of, but no animals harmed.
No animals harmed.
But I mean, what do you expect? It's Disney, but yeah, really liked the character of Mabel and like her interactions with the Mayor Jerry and stuff like that. I liked what they did with Mayor Jerry eventually and everything. I think there is like because what I was gonna say earlier is like I think Jerry's kind of shown as like the villain of the movie.
Right.
And then they kind of do this thing in the third act where they kind of give you actually like the real villain, like a surprise villain. And, you know, we'll go into that shortly. I mean, there's not really much to talk about with the spoiled it, but, like, I just did not like that part as much. Yeah.
It didn't work for me.
Like I said,
that disengaged me from the film pretty hard. But again,
it just felt like one of those things that was supposed to be a bit or a joke. And then somehow it ended up being like, let's make this bit joke character the actual secret villain of kind of the movie and everything. And I was just like, okay, I guess, but like I did not expect this at all. And then also you didn't build this character up at all. Like they were just introduced.
Yeah.
And then, I don't know. Like I didn't hate that. And then, like I said, because I kind of brought it up earlier a little bit in reference to this, like even eventually where they ended up going with it, I thought was things other movies would kind of do too. And I wasn't even liking that a little bit. But where they ended it and stuff, like I didn't love it, but I think like I ended up liking it a little better than I initially did.
Yeah.
But it was mainly because like they also start going into like kind of like some body horror stuff with it too a little bit.
Okay, yeah, I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. So I was kind of like,
yeah, I do know what you're talking about.
yeah. So I was still like, I don't love this, but I was kind of like, you know what? Like they seem like at this point they're just having a fun time with it.
Yeah,
and like
I think this is a movie that.
And that arc wouldn't have worked for Jerry with thinking he's the villain,
right?
If you didn't have this other villain, because
right.
then he would have had to be the villain, and that wouldn't have worked.
It
like
really
the heart of that.
The heart of,
so ultimately, I kind of was like, don't love it, but
I feel like it's definitely something where they keep introducing more things. To the film.
Yeah.
Like progressively throughout the film,
and that could have been something that was introduced earlier, and maybe it would have gone a little more naturally.
It could have, I think, maybe been a little bit more natural.
I just thought it was
how
just
this
kind of
movie just keeps introducing more and more and more and more.
Yeah. Oh, because they introduced the whole society of like different species and everything, like fish, and then like and they're all kind of almost villains in this a little bit too.
Right.
And it was kind of just like, I don't know. It seemed like there's this whole like world building that we're not seeing. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah. No,
like,
that's what I mean. Is like they kind of
gloss over it essentially.
I mean, we just kind of keep getting introduced to new concepts every.
Yeah.
And again, it's fine because it works. Like the movie,
it's a kids movie or whatever.
The movie's
so
really good. Like it's just one of those things that like when you watch it a second time, it's probably not going to be that like jarring. But when you watch it the first time, at least it was a little jarring to like just keep getting new. But I mean, it's not like new concepts because they also kind of introduce them in ways, and I guess I'll save some of those for like specifically with like. I don't want to spoil things too early, but
I guess it just makes you wonder, like, we probably shouldn't even be wondering things like this with a movie like this, but like,
it's thinking too hard.
Yeah, exactly. It probably is, but it's just like, how did this like even become a thing? Or like, how do they all communicate? Or like, how do they? I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like they have phones and they can call each other, but like somehow they have like a way of all communicating with each other. I don't know. We're probably thinking way too deep into this.
Probably,
but like,
probably thinking way too deep.
But I just thought like when they introduced that element, and then especially the secret villain that's within that society, I was kind of just like, this is the weakest part of the movie to me. Yeah. I feel like everything else here is working really well, and this isn't necessarily terrible. But like, and even like I said, like by the end, you kind of end up, at least for me, slightly coming around on it because you kind of see why they did that. But like, it was easily the weakest part of this film for me.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I was, like I said, I was disengaged at those kind of points. Like, I don't know if you saw me like look at my phone a few times during the film. I was just like, every time like that came back around, I was like, all right.
Well, it's just formulaic.
It is.
It goes in the more formulaic territory, and you know how it's gonna kind of play out.
Which again isn't bad. Like, there's a place for that, and it worked. You know what I mean? Like you said, even by the end, we did enjoy it a lot more than we did like when they kind of set it up.
Yes.
So.
But you can still view it and like have a reason and be like, that was kind of a little weak though, or that was the weak sauce of this film.
Totally.
But was there anything else like kind of weak or especially standout that you wanted to mention and everything with this?
I feel like no, I think
we kind of talked about the animation a little bit, like how it's a little different.
That was pretty standout.
Yeah.
I did like that the animation felt like non-traditional Pixar.
Yeah,
like
but still really good.
But still a little formulaic. Like there is like a little bit of like Pixar shine in there. And some Easter eggs too that I was able to pick up on from like Pixar history.
It's kind of like a more simple style though, because I feel like I saw like Soul the same day we saw Hoppers, actually later in the day at the Museum of Science, and that's from like 10 years ago now, or about. And it's just like about. I think that movie had better animation than Hoppers.
Oh, totally.
But at the same time, it's like taking this kind of realistic animation approach where like there's literally certain parts where you're like, this looks like it could be live action. Like just the attention like of like hair on people's faces, or like the hairs on the cats and stuff like and stuff like. I was like, wow, like they really went crazy with attention to detail with this. And I think this is a much more like traditional kind of not focused on like hyper realism or
Right.
anything like that. But I appreciated that because I think like as always they do a phenomenal job, and it's got like a little bit of like that like anime kind of chibi kind
Yeah.
of style we
Yeah.
talked about, where like when sometimes the people are reacting, it's like very, very expressive and stuff like that too, or it's like over expressive. But it's funny, like, you know, when you time it right and you do it right, it ends up being really funny because it ends up being kind of like stuff we used to see in like cartoons when we were young, like Teen Titans and stuff like that.
It's really interesting. Even like I love the behind the scenes stuff where you can kind of like see how they kind of, you know, convey emotion with like specific shapes and things, and morph the models to be able to do. That stuff blows me out of the water. It's really cool.
No, it is. But yeah, I think, I don't know, besides that, I was trying to think of like the music in this movie. It wasn't really standout. It wasn't terrible. It wasn't like Good Luck, Have Fun, Don't Die, where how I made that comment of I didn't really like some of it.
Yeah.
Didn't feel that way here, but I can't remember it either.
Yeah.
So
it didn't totally stand out. Like, it's not like Toy Story where it's like, you got a friend in me, and it's like, you know, that's Toy Story, man. Like,
I'm guessing it was like very subtle.
Like then. It felt very subtle. I think that was maybe the weakest point about this film, was maybe the soundtrack didn't really have a hook. There really wasn't anything that.
Do you think there was kind of like a point?
At least maybe there is, but I didn't really hear it. Like, it didn't.
The only thing I can think of is like, but I don't think this is it. So this is like almost a theory basically. But remember how the grandmother was telling, like, you know, like, just be quiet and like still
like
and everything.
The music gets
so maybe
calm
they were
kind
of taking that approach with the music.
I did like that stuff. Yeah. That stuff was really, that was like probably the most notable part of the soundtrack for sure.
Yeah,
but everything
the stuff with
beyond
her
that
and the grandmother.
Yeah. Everything beyond that was like, just
and even that's
almost.
like subtle because it's more about like the quietness and like just kind of relaxing through like nature and like in quiet and stuff like that.
God, those scenes made me so emotional. So
I know,
so strong. They really know how to like just convey really good scenes.
They do, and like it's why I said about like it being relatable too, because like everyone has a grandparent or everyone has like an uncle or something like that like they had a close relationship with like that, and then like. Yeah, it's Pixar, so you just know they're gonna go kind of maybe someplace heartbreaking with it too.
Right.
Maybe not though, but like you're sitting there like, please don't do anything to Grandma, like, and like
take away the little bit of comfort this character has.
Yeah, like you become so invested. It's so funny how Pixar gets you so invested in these characters that have so little screen time, and you're just like, wow, like
that was the strongest part of this film.
Yeah, it was
easily.
It really was. But it kind of like opens the film too, right? Yep. So like, it had a very strong opening,
really strong
with
opening.
how like it went, and then like with it tying into the
cared about
plot.
That pond, bro.
No, exactly. Like that was a character.
Like that pond, like literally came to life.
Yeah.
You know.
What do they call it? Do you remember?
God, it's been like a day since I've seen it.
It's too long.
It's too long.
You should have asked me like 2 minutes after we walked out, then I could tell you. But
I don't remember what it is.
Yeah, I don't either. But yeah, you become invested in that almost like it's a character.
Beaverton is the town, though.
Yeah.
Beaverton.
Yeah, we're not going to remember. It's going to be one of those things that's like on the tip of your brain, so you're not going to be able to remember it because of that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I really became invested in that too, where you're like, I don't want to see this thing become a highway.
Yeah.
Fuck Mayor Jerry.
Yeah.
So, yeah, like even being able to do powerful things like that where like you become invested in a place that isn't real, in a fictional city with fictional characters.
Yeah.
And yeah, so that the strong film. I don't know if there's really anything else to say. It's a short film too, right? It was hour and 45 or something.
Go support your local theater.
Yeah.
Go see it.
Go do it.
Go see it. You know.
We're probably the only reason ours is still open.
Yeah, for real. There are too many closing around us.
Ours is locked in a mall that just has nothing in it. So
yeah.
But yeah, go support this movie. I think you guys will like it. But as you all know, if you are frequently here.
Yep.
we are about to spoil it. So all spoilers from here on out for the rest of the review.
You've
been warned. Don't cry to me in the comments. You've been warned.
I wasn't ready.
80 times now.
Fuck.
More like 5, but same thing. But yeah, so big thing I guess we can talk about first is, just to get it real quick out of the way, is Grandma does not survive.
Yeah.
And
that's like very early in the film too.
Yeah.
Which, it's a driving force for the whole movie. Like that is like one of the driving force.
And I also kind of like the way that they
emotion.
did it too, because like I think they knew like we've done things kind of like this as Pixar before, so we can't have like some big moment around her death, kind of like an Uncle Ben thing or something.
Yeah,
like her seeing her die.
It was very gentle how they did it.
Because I'm sure maybe she did, or like she's obviously got some story of like the day her grandmother died. I don't know if she was there or not, but like
they don't show it.
They don't show that. They just show her after the montage going up to a picture of her and be like,
again, very strong choice there. That was a very strong choice.
Exactly, because like it really left that sitting on you, but like it didn't let it. I mean, it did drive the story actually, because it was more about like this promise she made to her grandmother,
right,
rather than her still being alive. So that was really important too, that they approached it like that.
Because they could have gone like an alternate route where it's like, oh, I gotta get her there, or like we have to like I can't get my grandma there, or some, like they could have made it all about like getting the grandma there one more time or something like that, or something stupid like that.
Yeah.
No, like they definitely hit the emotional nail on the head.
And it's relatable because it's like realistic.
Yeah.
And like
it's realistic. Yeah. It's really realistic.
It is. But it's Disney also, so like I think it was effective the way they did it, but I'm sure they also didn't do it that way because they were like, we don't want to traumatize kids and have like cute grandma die in this movie and her crying over her dead body or something. Yeah. So yeah,
it's very subtle too, with like the medical bracelet on her wrist.
Oh yeah, like seeing different kind of points
just her age kind of showing over time,
and that was just heartbreaking, like as you're watching that, because you just know. I think it was also strong the way that they did it like that, because right from the get-go, and then maybe it's having experience with other Pixar films too, but grandma's gonna die.
Yeah.
You just don't know how they're gonna do it.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, I think they did it very strongly. It was very subtle, like you said, but like it worked for the overall theme and story of the film. So yeah, wanted to get that out of the way because she's very present in this film, but she's not actually there.
Right.
It's more about fulfilling this wish for her. So I thought that was important to address. Other real and probably really only thing to address is kind of the secret villain we discussed earlier.
Yep.
You want to give the
Mayor Jerry has a Mayor Jerry has a redemption arc.
Yep, Mayor Jerry has a redemption arc and is revealed to, actually kind of care about, like, you kind of see he's not a dick.
Yeah.
Like, you see he does care about the people of the town.
Right.
And like is kind of a nice dude and everything too. He just doesn't realize how much this is affecting her, and maybe only her, or like people that are close with her, but like I think he doesn't realize it's as big of a thing as it is until he has the personal experience with her and everything.
Totally.
And like maybe it's like a relatable kind of thing for him or something too, like maybe he felt closer to her, felt like more like he could relate to her with the experience they had and everything. But I thought like, yeah, that was very strong, like having them kind of become like friends in the end, actually.
Definitely. That was a very strong point of the film for me too.
Yeah.
Like I was feeling that.
'Cause like, you get an all hope is lost moment in this film, as you do in most films, and like we discussed earlier but didn't go into the details of, there's a fire started by the fake trees that Jerry had put up, which they knocked down.
Yeah, the mayor puts up fake trees that basically cause the animals to leave the sanctuary or the area, the pond.
I'm assuming this takes place in California because like those woods fucking lit up.
Yeah.
Like as soon as there was a fire.
Yeah.
So I was like, and I think there was something else that pointed towards it possibly being California too, but I was like, okay, from those couple speakers, this started a massive fire, like where they were worried about like the entire town possibly getting fucked from it too and everything. So like it ends up destroying the place she was trying to save, of like the place her and her grandmother used to go.
Yep. Just charred.
For some reason, my brain keeps going the Shire or whatever, and I'm like, no, that's fucking
The
Hobbit
Shire.
and Lord of the Rings, you idiot! Stop saying that. But
Shire.
yeah, but it ends up destroying that place, and you know, she walks back there, and it's just all burnt, and like the water is gone, and it's just kind of like, fuck, like my jacket is also gone because I just tried to use it to put out this fire, and it caught on fire. That like my grandmother gave to me.
Gave to her,
yeah. So like,
it was like nothing left. Like it really is like a, you know, starting fresh. Kinda like you know.
But it was also like a really important moment because it's like all hope for her is lost at this point. Like, I mean, wouldn't it for you, like if, you know, her mission and then you completely fail and everything's burned and everything. But like that's the moment Mary Jerry comes in and is actually like, you would think maybe trying to just get back to getting the highway finished, but then he's like, you know what, guys, like let's clean this place up, like with his construction company and everything, like let's make this like look like we were never here and everything. And like it was, I don't know, it's just like, I'm probably not doing it justice at all, but like it just, I thought it was like a really sweet moment. And like this movie knows how to balance the sweet too, where like it's not like,
it's coexisting.
It's not corny.
It's not coexistence.
Yes, it's not corny. It just like makes you, it feels real and everything. Like it feels like, wow, like I could see, you know, it makes you feel better about people and humanity.
Totally.
Because like even someone like him that like she assumed is a complete dick came around and really wants to help her in the end, and kind of feels bad and wants to fix this for her and make it kind of right. So I thought that was really, I think he also
realizes too from the journey that they went on together, and like her trying to save him and like protect him too. And like I think the big thing for me is like I keep thinking of the scene where like the water rushes through, like they break the dam open and it you know rushes through the forest fire and clears it out and puts it out, and Mayor Jerry, he picks up the like broken, chipped, you know, like eaten piece of stick. The beaver chewed on. Yeah,
because he realized, he has this realization moment of like, this was Mabel. In the thing going to help them. And like,
the animals saved us. Like,
exactly.
I think that was a big, I don't know, there's just a lot of heart. There's definitely a lot of heart. You can see it in like the expressions and the way that they do those just little moments.
Oh, and the other thing I wanted to address, because I brought up earlier, is like, and then you said you even thought this at one point too, I was worried they were going to do like a romance arc with like her and King George or whatever. Because like they implied at the beginning, like he was like, oh, you could be my wife or whatever, and then like they kind of make a joke of it, but then later on he's like kind of trying to ask her something, and you like are like, oh, please do not make this that he's like, you're gonna be my queen or my wife or some shit like that. But they subvert expectations with that too, and like her relationship with George is actually really sweet. And everything. The moment too.
Like George is just a regular beaver again, and she can't understand him, and he's just like grabbing like the beaver body and like pulling it away and like trying to save the beaver body, like robotic body, and it's just like, bro, it's heartbreaking.
They also subvert expectations with him too, because I was really, honestly, I thought he was going to be the secret villain. I thought they were going to pull some stupid bullshit where like, George has fucking been bad this whole time or something. Like I was just like,
I wasn't getting that, but
I wasn't either. But like, you know how they just do that like in Fallout and other things, where like this character's so nice and everything, and then they just do a 180 and they're like, no, they're evil.
That would have been bad.
I was actually thinking they were going to do that. So maybe that's why I was also slightly relieved that they just kind of made it this stupid thing, because like even though it was still stupid and it was still the weakest part of the movie, it helped not make other parts that ultimately ended up being very strong weak, you know?
Totally.
Because they either could have made him the villain, George, or Jerry.
Yeah.
And they don't make either of them. you know. So I like what they did with her relationships with both those characters. So yeah, highly
the secret villain too.
Oh yeah, that's the other thing. So yeah, so then they're not the villains because the secret villain is actually revealed to be like the
caterpillar,
the butterfly's son, the caterpillar or whatever.
Butterfly son, the insect queen's that was another thing. So like, and again, when I was saying earlier with like this movie kind of introducing more and more concepts every single time, it's like, okay, we're hopping and now there's technology and like you've got this avatar body and you're a beaver and now you're out of the building and now you're exploring the wild and you're trying to get a beaver to go there.
Well, like I said too, like they also don't explain to you how they all communicate, which like I would have even done with like it's yeah, I know it's a kids movie or whatever, but it's like you could have even done a joke about like this is how like they have some stupid like conch phone or something that they communicate or something. You know what I mean?
Ooh,
like a conch.
Animals?
Yeah. Like they could have had like a conch shell, like, and that's their telephone or something. Like at least make a joke out of it. But I was just like, and then maybe that's just me. And this didn't take off.
To call the council together?
Yeah, exactly. Like how do they all communicate and like how does this all work? Because it seems like
I don't know.
They have this council, which would imply that they all actually coexist, not just the mammals, like all of them. But I don't know. It's just that part was a little baked. Doesn't take off points for me, but like I was just like, I don't think they fully thought some of this stuff out either. And
I imagine it could be like, I don't know, bird flies to go tell
them or something.
Them.
Yeah,
I don't
know.
You could probably come up with something.
Yeah,
but if that's what they were intending, who knows? They probably didn't think too much into it.
No, not at all.
No, I mean, like, that was another thing, too, with the, okay, now there's, like, a king beaver, and now we have, like, this king beaver of, like, the pond, and...
Yeah, like, why is he the king of all the animals? Because of the dam or whatever?
No, he explained it of being, like, his father, and then exiled him, or then didn't work out or something, and then he came back.
So it's almost like, actual kings and queens and stuff.
Kind of, yeah. He's, like, the mammal king is what, like, he's supposed to be.
Right.
And then, like, again, then they introduce this, like, this concept of, okay, now it's not just, it's not one king. It's like there's multiple like a whole council of them.
Exactly. I just felt like, you know how we talked about with Good Luck, Have Fun, Don't Die, they have the time travel, and he like literally clicks the thing and like with his body and everything, and we were like, they don't even go into that, but it seems like they had that almost figured out.
Yeah. Like
the logic of it or something. I just did not feel that way about this, where I just think like you can do a lot of things or like kind of show things or things in the background or whatever that explain like world building things and stuff like that. And, you know, obviously clearly it wasn't their focus here, but I just think they could have maybe done a little bit more of that considering like the concept that they were approaching with like this whole animal thing. But instead, you know, they rely more on like just it being funny or jokes that you can get with all the different animals and stuff. And like a lot of those are funny, but like, I just think, yeah, they did not focus on how that all worked or like the world building of it or how that all made sense or whatever, you know?
Right.
I just think you would also assume if like animals are communicating like that, how have we not gotten something before, like what was about to happen in the movie, like when they're all like, let's go squish Jerry or whatever. I'm like, how has this not happened to someone just before in life?
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like where like all the animals decide like, let's go fucking kill this person or whatever. So
yeah,
I just think, you know, like I said, doesn't take points off for me, but like was definitely one of the things where I was just like, this could have made it stronger though, maybe if you actually had put a little more time and effort into this. Maybe that would have even fixed some of the issues we had in terms of the villains and stuff like that too.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. That to me, love the movie. Think it's really good. Would see it again, but that is the one weak aspect of it to me is the villains and some of the world building stuff. Maybe just not being fully fleshed out.
Yeah.
But yeah, otherwise would highly recommend this to people. I think it's a big bounce back for Pixar.
Same. I definitely want to watch it again at some point.
It also has me more excited for Toy Story 5 now.
Yeah.
Because like I didn't dislike Elio either. I think this was even better than Elio, but like I mean it makes me more excited because we just saw the trailer for Toy Story a few days ago too.
Yep.
And I actually didn't think it looked terrible either.
No, it didn't look that bad, honestly.
So I'm like, all right, hopefully this is good.
Yep.
Number 5, but hopefully we don't get Hopper's 5. But
yeah, I don't think that'll be the case.
Yeah.
If they do it right, they will keep it to this this single.
Yeah, me and you were both saying we hope no sequel for this, not because we didn't like it, but just because it seems very standalone, and
yeah, it feels very standalone.
that would just feel forced. But yeah, is that about it for this one, you think?
I think so. Yeah.
I think that is it. Well, Pose, thank you as always for joining us on this one. Appreciate you guys. As always, if you want to follow us or like or subscribe to us here at retro-TAINMENT, home of Two Pose and a Pod, or our other channel, Grill TV, you can find us at retro-TAINMENT and Grill TV Studios on YouTube, retro-TAINMENT and Grill TV on Facebook, Two Pose and a Pod and Borges and Grill TV Official at Instagram, retro-TAINMENT and Grill TV at X, formerly Twitter, retro-TAINMENT and Grill TV at TikTok, and you can also listen to Two Pose and a Pod on Amazon Music, Apple Podcasts, CastBox, Good Pods, iHeartRadio, Overcast, and Pocket Casts.
Woo!
All right, Pose. Love you guys. Thanks you for joining us on this one. We hope you enjoyed it. And thank you, Marty, for joining me on this one,
of course.
as always.
Thanks for having me, bro.
My pleasure, my pleasure. All right, guys. We will see you on the next one. Peace out.
Peace.